sudden fright, and I saw the full orb of the moon gleaming radiantly with splendid sheen, and coming out just then from the waves of the sea. And aware of the mute mysteries of the dark night, I knew that now the eminent goddess was prevailing with especial power, and that all human affairs were governed by her providence, while not only cattle and wild beasts, but lifeful beings too, were invigorated by the divine favor of her light and majesty. Further than the very bodies in earth, sea, and sky were at one time blessed with growth by her favor, and at another time afflicted through her with decline. Now that fate, it seemed, had taken its fill of my many great misfortunes, and was offering, though late, a hope of deliverance, I decided to address in prayer the sacred image of the goddess, now present in person. So shaking off at once my torpid slumber, I gladly and eagerly arose, and anxious to purify myself, I went to bathe in the sea. 7 times I plunged my head under the waves, since the divine Pythagoras pronounced that number to be very specially suitable in sacred rites. Then, with a tear-stained face, I prayed to the all-powerful goddess thus: O Queen of Heaven, whether thou art Ceres, the primal and bountiful mother of the crops, who, glad in the return of her daughter, removed the brutish acorn provender of old, and showed to men gentle nourishment, after which thou now honorest the soil of Apuleius, or whether thou art heavenly Venus, who didst unite the difference of the sexes in the first beginnings of nature by creating love, and after bringing forth mankind with its unceasing offspring, art worshipped in the island shrine of Paphos, or the sister of Phoebus, who did relieve the delivery of young ones by soothing remedies, thus rearing such teeming masses, and art now adored in the celebrated temples of Ephesus, or whether as Persephone, dreaded in cries that pierce the night, repelling attacks of ghosts with thy threefold countenance, and keeping barred the bolts of the earth, wandering the while in groves here and there, thou art perpetuated with differing rites, whoever thou art, illuming all city walls with the womanly light, nourishing with bright fires and the joyous seeds, and bestowing uncertain illumination only during digressions from thy path. By whatever name or ceremony or visage it is right to address thee, help me now in the depth of my trouble, strengthen my crushed fortune, grant respite and peace after the endurance of dire ills. Regard this as enough of toil, enough of danger. Remove the cruel, foresighted form. Restore to me the sight of my loved ones. Restore to me my own self as Lucius. And if some deity is angered so as to pursue me with implacable cruelty, at least allow me to die, if I am not allowed really to live. When I had thus poured out my prayers, adding pitiable wailings, sleep again spread over my wilting spirit and overpowered me on that same sandy bed. I had scarcely settled down when lo, from the middle of the sea, face divine arose, showing above the waves a countenance which even gods must admire, and then gradually the radiant image of the whole body, when the brine had been shaken off, seemed to stand before me. I will try to communicate to you her wonderful appearance if the poverty of human speech affords me the means of description, or if the deity herself lends me her rich store of rhetorical eloquence. First, her abundant long hair, gently curled over her divine neck, or loosely spread, streamed down softly. A crown of many designs, with many kinds of flowers, had girt her lofty head. In its center, a flat disc above the forehead shone with a clear light in the manner of a mirror, or indeed was embraced by coils of uprising snakes. From above it was adorned also with outstretched ears of corn. Her tunic, too, was of many colors, woven entirely of fine linen, now bright with a white gleam, now yellow with saffron hue, now fiery with roseate ruddiness. But what most of all overwhelmed my sight further was the cloak of the deepest black, resplendent with dark sheen. It went round about, returning under the right side to the left shoulder, a part of the garment being dropped in the manner of a knot, and hanging down with many folds. The whole robe undulated gracefully, with tasselled fringes to its lowest edges. Along the embroidered border, and in the very body of the material, there gleamed stars here and there, and in their midst a half-moon breathed a flame of fire. But wherever the sweep of that magnificent mantle moved, a wreath of garland and of all manner of flowers and fruits was indivisibly joined to it. The things she carried were of quite varied kind. For in her right hand she bore a bronze rattle, in which a few rods in the middle thrust across a thin sheet of metal that was curved like a belt, emitted a tingling sound when the arm made 3 quivering jolts. From the left hand, then there hung a gold vessel on whose handle, where it was conspicuous, there rose a serpent which reared its head highly and puffed its neck thickly. Her ambrosian feet were covered by sandals woven with the leaves of Victoria's palm. Such was the great goddess who, breathing the blessed fragrance of Arabia, designed to address me with a divine voice. Lo, I am with you, Lucius, moved by your prayers. I who am the mother of the universe, the mistress of all the elements, the first offspring of time, the highest of deities, the queen of the dead, foremost of heavenly things, the being, the single form that fuses all gods and goddesses, I who by order of my will, the starry nights of heaven, the health-giving breezes of the sea, the awful silences of those in the underworld, my single godhead is adorned by the whole world in varying forms, in different rites with many diverse names. Thus the Phrygians, earliest of races, call me Pesanutia, mother of the gods. Thus the Athenians, sprung from their own soil, call me Serapetian Minerva, and the sea-tossed Cyprians call me Paphian Venus. The archer Cretans, Diana Dictina, and the triangular Sicilians, Ortegan Persephone. To the Eleusinians I am Ceres, the ancient goddess, to others Juno, to others Bellona, and Hecate, and Ramanusia. But the Ethiopians were illuminated by the first rays of the sun, God as he is born every day, together with the Africans and the Egyptians, who excel through having the original doctrine, honor me with my distinctive rights, and give me my true name of Queen Isis. I am here taking pity on your ills. I am here to give aid and solace. Cease then from tears and wailings. Set aside your sadness. There is now a dawning for you, through my providence, the day of salvation. And that ends that segment of the story. I really hope that it was interesting and relaxing and worthy of your time to listen. For me, I just remember reading stories, and even to these days, of course, I read them to myself. I'm not read to. They definitely help me sleep and help me get relaxed, so I hope that it was a pleasant experience for you to listen, and I very much appreciate my current subscribers. I feel very honored to have people taking time out of their day to subscribe, and also those who give feedback. I definitely have a lot of things planned to contribute to the community, and I so many wonderfully kind people take the time to take a look at my videos and give me a chance. I really do appreciate it. Well, anyway, I'm